He's a good friend of mine. We do mics together. He's also does some really cool movie and television production around the South Florida area. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm round of applause for Mr. Jason Wool.
Thank you, John. Thank you, Marina 84. How you guys doing tonight? Everybody doing good tonight? Thank you for coming out tonight, supporting Kim and comedy, guys. Thank you very much. But one other comic, I'm going to date myself for a minute, was talking about Doogie Howser. And, man, growing up watching Doogie Howser, I was kind of devastated when I found out Doogie Howser was gay. And then I was like, wait a second, is it the character that's gay, like Doogie Howser, or is it Neil Patrick Harris that was actually gay? And then I was like, maybe both. I mean, Neil Patrick Harris came out of the closet and said he was gay, but then you really never noticed that Doogie Howser, if you watched it, gave out most of the signs too if he was gay. I'll just leave you with one. He was the only guy that had a guy named Vinny Del Pino climbing in his window, right? You guys understood that one, so that was for you guys, thank you. But let's see here, what else do I have for you guys starting tonight? My name is Jason Wool, W-O-O-L, like a sheep. My dad used to say that growing up, and I realized growing up, it always sat kind of weird because it'd say like a sheep or like a virgin. And as I grew up, it started making more sense because every time I say my last name as being Wool, people are like W-O-L-F. And I'm like, not wolf, wool. Like a sheep, wrong fucking animal, people. So growing up, as he said that to people, I moved around a lot going to school. We went in to register me for school one day, and he's telling the woman, Jason Wool, like a virgin. And I had just happened to recently have lost my virginity. And I looked at my dad, and I was like, not no more, Dad. You should have seen the look on my dad's face, let alone the woman that was registering me for school there. Yeah, and actually at that school, I started hanging out with these two guys, and the two of us ended up meeting these three girls, and these three girls, one of them my friend started dating, her name was Faith. So he was dating Faith, I can't make this up. My other friend, he was dating Hope, and then I got to date Charity. Guess what happened with me and Charity? I lost my virginity to Charity. It was the first donation I ever made to charity. Literally. I don't know if it was tax deductible or not, but it was a donation. So, let's see here. Originally I was from Philadelphia, but I've been down here in Florida a good long time, and being down here in Florida, I realized that Floridians do some stuff that most people don't do anywhere else but Florida. And I realized I really can't call myself a true Philadelphian anymore. I've turned into a Floridian. Because I love to fucking eat alligator, okay? Like, alligator is the shit. Have you ever eaten alligator? No. You've eaten alligator? Alligator's wonderful. I realized that it's starting to make me a Floridian. But I won't eat ass. Everybody else eats fucking ass, hey? What can I tell you? I love me some alligator. So, let's see here. I realized recently, you guys remember that song for kids that mom sung, head and shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes? Well, I realized as I got older, yeah, it's a song for kids, but it's also kind of relationship goals. And I was like, relationship goals? I was like, yeah, head. In a relationship, if you're not getting good head, then it's not a good relationship, right? Head and shoulders, at least you know the girl's not got dandruff, she's clean, she's taken a shower recently, right? Knees, she's got to get down on her knees to give you that good head while she's clean, right? And then toes, while I'm getting that head, my toes better be curling like bacon in a frying pan, hopefully. Head and shoulders, knees and toes. Recently I was on the internet, and when I was on the internet, I was texting with this girl, and she said, listen, if your intent right out the door is sex, then you might as well move along. So me being a wise ass, I had to respond with, I don't live in a tent, I'm talking to you on the internet, And instead of talking to you right out the door about sex, at least I'm a gentleman. I'll invite you in off the porch. I'll ask you, would you like to come sit down? Would you like a drink? Then maybe we could talk about sex, I guess. She didn't like that. So, there are these girls that are doing all different things for money these days. And one of the things that they're doing for money is when they do DoorDash or Uber Eats, these girls, if you're not there to answer the door, have to take a picture of their food, and they take a picture with their foot next to it with open-toed shoes. Now these open-toed shoes get these girls more tips because these guys like their feet. Damn, that was a pretty smart girl that figured this out, right? I was like, that's not bad, you're getting extra tips just for delivering the same thing I'm delivering. So needless to say, tomorrow before I go to DoorDash, I'm gonna go get some flip-flops and I scheduled a pedicure. So, last one here real quick, guys. I was recently thinking about getting a puppy, and getting a puppy, I said, let me go to the animal shelter and get a puppy from the animal shelter. So I was like, this one, I went to the animal shelter, I'm like, this one looks cute, hopefully it won't pee on my floor. I don't know about this one. This one looks a little mean. Maybe I'll need a muzzle for this one. I don't want that one, right? I'm like, this one might go through my trash, like tear up my stuff. This one might eat my shoes. I'm like, this one looks nice, but at the same time, I was like, maybe I don't need a puppy right now. So I was like, I'm gonna think about it. So I decided to leave the animal shelter. As I pull out of the animal shelter, I look, and I pull out in the parking lot, and what's next door? The women's shelter. I was like, I wonder if I can go into the women's shelter and pick out an animal or a woman. Oops. Like, my puppy, maybe she won't pee on my floor. Maybe I won't have to put a muzzle on her. Maybe I will, I don't know. Hopefully she won't get my trash. And yeah, that's my time, guys. Thank you very much, and have a wonderful night. Thank you, John. Thank you, guys.
Give it up one more time for Jason.